Hey, hey, happy new day.
Yes.
I think.
Peace, happy and healthy family and friends.
Ooh,
Happy New Day with
happy
Ari
new
and
day.
Jay.
You need a hug? You need a
I
hug?
think you need one too.
Oh, so each other. Okay,
Oh,
we can
yes.
hug it out. Yeah. The best way to resolve a challenge is love. Love, 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 love. I got love. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Yeah, whatever.
No
Okay.
salty queens. No salty queen.
Oh
We
no.
need the sweet
I'm
queen.
spiced.
Oh, we
Not
got it's
salty.
spicy. Oh, spicy queen.
Okay, how is
Okay.
everyone feeling today?
Oh man. The camera go. Is it till you like it? My bad.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, aren't we riots this morning?
Yes.
This new day.
Woo. All right. So, Wellness Wednesday. Oh wait, hold on. I feel God. Oh, this. All right, cool. All right, there we go. So, Wellness Wednesday.
Yes.
Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday.
Yes.
That's what we're doing today. What we talking about on our first Wellness Wednesday?
Okay, this is about dental care, dental health, natural ways to. Did you say grill?
I don't have the tea. I'm talking about dental care. I'm showing my choppers.
Yes, natural ways to keep our teeth nice and fresh and clean. You know, they're actually bones.
Yeah.
These are bones.
Yeah.
Bone health. Yes.
Yeah. So what you got for us?
Brushing is very important.
Well, yeah.
Brushing and flossing. Floss as much as possible. In our bathroom is toothpaste and floss. Even using baking soda. Baking soda I really kind of use for everything. And brushing your teeth with baking soda, it keeps the teeth clean and white. Also activated charcoal. But you notice on a lot of the toothpaste, it says with baking soda. I figured you cut out the middleman and just use baking soda. I mean, even if you don't have toothpaste, if you have baking soda, then you have something to brush your teeth with. Yes. Do you remember brushing your teeth as a child?
Yeah, I used to hate brushing my teeth as a child.
Oh.
Because I hated the taste of the toothpaste. Yeah. And then I realized that there was something innately wrong with the regular toothpaste on the market back then. Because every time when I brushed my teeth, it felt, especially when they started making everything with fluoride toothpaste.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it started to make my gums feel weird. And so not only couldn't I not stand the taste, but just it made my teeth feel actually weak.
Oh, you noticed that as a child?
I didn't know what it actually was, but I just noticed that my teeth felt weird.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Well, you had to keep in mind by the time they started putting fluoride in toothpaste, I was a teenager.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you was like just born. But
Yeah, I don't remember not having jokes.
No, I'm just saying, you was just born, so you don't know nothing else but fluoride toothpaste from back then.
Yes,
Yeah.
as a child.
I came from a time when that wasn't like a norm. That was
Okay.
like that thing, like, ooh, we're putting fluoride in cracks, you know.
Oh, that was considered a add-on.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
marketing
yeah.
tool.
It was like,
To add
ooh.
fluoride. That's interesting.
Just like in your time, it was more of the whitening toothpaste. That was the new thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, so for me, it was fluoride.
Did you have a favorite toothpaste?
Nah, I hated toothpaste.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, because it was like, it felt like taking medicine or something, some kind of medication or, yeah. I mean, I liked, what was that? Scope and Listerine. That was cool, I like the mouthwash.
Listerine, that was when there was just the gold one and no other kind.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, you could actually disinfect your house with Listerine because it kills germs, 99.9%. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember, what was it called? Aquafresh?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I like that one because it has stripes in it. It didn't take that much to please me as a child. Like, oh, okay, it has colors, buy that one. Yeah. Yeah. But one thing,
What was that?
I loved brushing my teeth. When I was young, when I started brushing my teeth. My grandfather incentivized brushing teeth.
Oh, okay.
So he would ask me, Ariane, did you brush your teeth today? And I would say yes or no. But then after I got accustomed to what was going on, I was like, yes, I brushed my teeth this morning, and he'd give me $1. Then one day, I was like, I answered, I said, I brushed my teeth twice. I got $2. That's a 50% increase. You feel me? Yeah, gotta make it work. Gotta make it work. So yes, incentivize brushing the teeth. Would that have helped you want to brush your teeth if you got some coins?
Yeah, I loved money when I was a kid. But what got me to switch up?
Yes.
I was in what grade was that? The 6th grade.
Oh.
And it was this, like the school had just started.
Everybody's clothes was fresh.
Oh yeah. And I had my little tough skins on with the X on the pocket, and I remember it was this girl. I can't remember her name. I want to say her name was Angie. And oh man, yeah, she was a cutie. She was a cutie. Yeah, and I didn't brush my teeth.
Before you went to school? Oh.
I didn't brush my teeth.
Oh, okay.
And somehow, in the morning they got the little pre-playground thing and stuff, and our bus got to school early. And she said, "Ooh, your breath smell like boo-boo." And I was like, "Did you brush your teeth?" And I was like, "Oh, dang, you can smell it like."
Oh,
Oh yeah, I've been a toothbrusher ever since.
Well, thank you. Even thank you, Angie.
Man,
I
I was boo boo breath.
Oh
No, you know what? Her name wasn't Angie. No, Sylvia. That was her name. Sylvia. Yeah, Sylvia. Oh yeah, she was cute. She had a little long afro puff thingies with the thing. Oh yeah, looked like Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
She was
well,
cute
they
little
now.
Minnie Mouse. Yeah, little cute little Minnie Mouse. But yeah, it said I had boo boo breath, and I was just like, oh damn. Yeah, it broke my heart on the monkey bars. I swear, it was it. And ever since then, yes, I've been getting my brush on religiously.
Diligently.
Yes.
Diligent.
Yes. Even though the fluoride, the toothpaste made me feel like my teeth was falling out.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Gotta get them girls.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, girl, that's the one thing I tell you. Women, they have the power to change the trajectory of a man's future. Like, what the fuck? What you say will shape a man's reality, even at a young age.
Clearly.
So, yeah, choose your words wisely, ladies, because you can change a man's whole frame of mind and whole frame of being just like that. Yeah, so I went from Boo Boo Breath to Jeffrey Fresh every day.
Okay.
Every morning. And knock on wood, I don't have no wood right here, but never had a cavity.
You know what?
And going on 50 years on this planet, never, not once had a cavity. Nope. Cavity free. The only challenge I've had with my teeth is I've never had my wisdom teeth pulled. And hell, I done made it this long, so I guess I should be okay. But it did change my jaw structure a little bit as I got older. But other than that, that's it. No cavities ever.
We have something in common. I haven't had a cavity either.
Oh, okay.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, I've never had a cavity.
Yeah, I guess we're divinely yoked, even at the jawline.
I guess so. Yeah. And it starts as children. You know, you had your reasoning and your episode, and I had mine, but it starts young.
Yeah.
So tooth care, and do you remember when you started going to the dentist?
You know what? That wasn't a thing until my mom. Shoot, not until I was a teen.
Really?
Not until I was a teen. Because my mom had a root canal, and she was like, "Oh, hell to the no. Let me get your teeth checked out." So it wasn't a major thing growing up until she started having issues with her teeth. And then that's when she started taking me regularly after that. And so I was always good.
To not have cavities. Yeah, because a lot of kids, you see them with the silver teeth in their mouth because their teeth have rotten because of all that sugar that they have.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And not knowing how to floss and everything. Yeah, I remember my first time going to the dentist was when I lost my first tooth. My sister and I were eating hot dogs, and I was a little wiggly at one of my teeth. I forget which one. And I bit into the hot dog, and I screamed because I mean, a child, you don't know how to, you have the teeth and you're using them, but to feel it leave your mouth, that was a new sensation for me. You know,
okay.
so it was a little jarring. And so she took me to the dentist, and we stayed in the dentist. Yeah, the dentist is actually the one who taught me how to properly brush my teeth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so, and there are things that I've adopted, I'm sure you have too, because there's a certain, we go through certain things to make sure that our teeth are clean. And certain things that we go through to make sure our teeth are clean. So I remember it being a subject that we spoke of, but oil pulling.
Yes.
Oil pulling. Oil pulling is when you have we spoke on it, we use, excuse me.
I use coconut oil.
Coconut oil, yes, coconut oil. Coconut oil is best. And you swish about a tablespoon in your mouth for a minute. Right before you brush your teeth or anything, swish a tablespoon in your mouth and then spit it out, and then you brush your teeth. And that helps with gums, and it gets in between your teeth and stuff just like water would to alkalize actually the mouth.
Yeah. So now I did mention that I've never had any cavities.
Yes.
I haven't had a one. That's not to say that I don't ever have a challenge with my teeth though. So depending on what I eat, like during the times that I've my diet had gotten like kind of sideways and whatnot, or times when I ran out of like the Tom's toothpaste, or what's the other one? Halo or the Hello toothpaste and whatnot, or that didn't have access to activated charcoal or baking soda at the time, or when I was on the road. Usually that's when it happens. I'd be like, damn, okay, let me get one of those little travel containers with the crest just so I can have something to brush my teeth. And usually anytime after using that for about 3 days, I'll notice it'll start to do some weird stuff with my gums. Or if my diet is like went to like shot to hell in a hat basket, it's just, I done went on a binge or something like that. Nothing in recent times, but years back when I was sort of up and down, I'd have my cheat days turn into cheat weeks. And it would show up in my body, and it would show up where my gums would recede, or I'd have gaps in between my teeth and my gums. And so the oil pulling, that really was solid for me. What else was good for me? I would gargle with apple cider vinegar if I got any kind of infection or anything like that. When I first became vegetarian / pescatarian, my replacement for the meats I'll let this go, but I'll embrace this other part, was sweets, in particular anything that had to do with chocolate. And so that chocolate and that sugar, that's the number one thing that'll tear your teeth up. And so anytime I would feel something in my teeth, I would take cloves or chew on cloves, and that cloves would be an immediate thing that would help solidify my teeth and and heal my gums. And so, as a matter of fact, even when I had the issues with my wisdom teeth coming in, trying to break through and cause an infection in the back of my mouth, I have clove oil, and I would put that on there, and then it would heal up in a few days, and I'd be good to go. So yeah, but definitely the oil pulling though, that was the tops as far as like mouth maintenance or oral maintenance, and then the cloves, the chew. If you've got any kind of like a toothache or something like that, the cloves will help replenish. I'm not exactly sure the full science behind the cloves. I just know they work.
Right.
Yeah.
And even clove oil is in a lot of the, like when babies, they're breaking their teeth through, the clove oil is in the ointment to put on the gum, on the gum line. So clove oil is clearly good for the teeth if you're in pain.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I did want to know a little bit more about when you said that you put, I keep wanting to just say ACV. When you put in the apple cider vinegar, ACV, how does that help? When you gargle with it,
It's disinfected.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if I had like something going on with my tonsils, especially if I like. After the last, not last detox, but the detox, I will always go back to the detox I did 2 years ago during COVID. That's when everything really, really changed 360 for me, because I added in the spiritual aspect to the detox, and it healed me on a cellular, not only on a cellular level, but on an energetic level. And so I've never I hadn't had any kind of relapses or whatnot. During that time, wait. That's the second time it's happened to me. Okay. What was the question again?
Apple cider vinegar?
Oh, the apple cider vinegar, it functions as an astringent. Yeah, so it takes out any germs and stuff like that. So prior to that detox, my go-to was I didn't drink milk, didn't do any but I was still doing the cheese, and I'd have my ice cream binge from time to time, and so that would cause me to have issues with my like that mucus and stuff would build up. And so people call it, technically it's lactose intolerance because you're not supposed to be having dairy in any way, shape, or form. A lot of us, we get so conditioned to believe that that's just how things are. And so the dairy, it'll be a lot more subtle because we're used to functioning in the capacity of being congested. Yeah. And so the dairy, and so when I was doing the dairy, that's when I would get like those infections, or I would feel something in my throat, like that cough, or be real nasally and whatnot. Whenever, like literally within 30 minutes after taking in some kind of cheese or ice cream. We love ice cream. I ain't gonna even front that. What is that? That Moose Tracks.
I remember that one.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, because I love chocolate on top of chocolate on top of chocolate. Oh my God. Yes. But I don't have an attachment to that anymore. I used to have what they call an emotional attachment to food, as well as a cellular attachment to it. And so, but the apple cider vinegar, that's when that came into play. So whenever I got that itchy, scratchy feeling, I take back and gargle with the apple cider vinegar. If I felt anything weird going on in my teeth, you don't want to do it a lot for your teeth, but for any kind of to clean out any germs and stuff like that, it's good. But you don't want it to sit because it's an acid. Yeah. So it's not something you just want to do all the time, but for an immediate issue, if you've got some kind of bacterial or bacterial infection or viral infection, even that, it's good to clear things out.
Yeah, if your throat is sore, you feel like you're coming on to a cold or anything, do the gargling and rinse immediately.
Yeah.
And how much would you say, parts to parts? So a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to how much water? Because you do have to dilute it, or do you just take it straight?
I'll be raw dogging it.
And gargle with it?
I toss it back.
That burns. That burns.
I like to get to it.
Okay.
Well, just toss it back like a fork. You know what I realized? My attention is slightly divided. We're coming up on a little bit less than 3 hours, short of a 60-hour. We do a 3-hour weekly fast. 60-hour weekly fast. And this time I took it to another level and made it a dry fast. And so there's a part, even though I'm not really physically tripping, like I'm good. I'm not even. I've come through it, without a hitch. But there's still a part of my brain that's like, ooh, 12 o'clock is coming, 12 o'clock is coming, 12 o'clock is. And so when you ask me that, I'm thinking about all this oral stuff, and my salivary glands kicked in as I was thinking about the food. And it was like, what am I talking about? Okay, so yeah, then I had to come back. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yes, all is well. All is well.
Yeah. Because I think we mentioned something about food. It happened yesterday too. And it's like like my mind is like, hey, no, we're not like nothing. Because usually with the liquid, there is a vast difference between doing a dry fast and a liquid fast. Liquid fast, you will have a tendency, because you can always fall back and drink the water, and it'll make you still have that full feeling. But when you have a dry fast, that's it. It's just nothing. It's like, hey, okay, that hunger part kicks in. It's like, okay, let me go do some work, keep my mind busy. And then, but it actually eventually goes away though. And so that's but the benefit to doing a dry fast as opposed to a liquid fast is you get 3 times the results. Yeah. So for every 1 day of a dry fast is equal to 3 days of a liquid fast as far as the benefits are concerned.
Interesting tandem.
So back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yes. So the importance of fluoride free.
Oh, shoot, man.
What does fluoride do?
Man, fluoride will tear your ass up. Oh my God. Fluoride is absolutely horrible. First off, let me put fluoride uses into context. Hitler used fluoride in the Nazi camps as a way to dumb down or inhibit the thought processes of the prisoners that they had in the camps, and they also used it as a form of torture as well. That was number one. So they used it in the Nazi camps. That's where it originally got its initial uses. Then they also use fluoride in pesticides, so it kills insects and rats and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
It's also a major component of the atomic bomb. So, and the reason being is there's a component outside of the atomic bombs, when they explode, the actual worst part of it outside of the blast is the fluoride poisoning that comes from it. Yeah. And then, hell, it's banned in 19 countries. That should tell you something. That 19 countries are like, hell no, we're not putting no fluoride in anything. Yeah, and so here in the U.S., they adopted the mentality of, okay, well, if we just use it like 1 part per million, it won't, it's not lethal or it won't harm you. And I'm like, okay, so if I just take a drop of cyanide as opposed to a whole cyanide pill or a cyanide crumb, is it not going to kill me? What, just because it kills you slower? Does that make it better? Like, this is dumb. You're like, why would you, no, that's the worst stuff you could ever have. Not to mention, just I've tested it on myself as far as like the effects on what it does, like fluoride toothpaste as opposed to regular toothpaste. And yeah, I can attest, because I don't speak on anything that I haven't experienced either firsthand, like I've done it myself, or I've watched and observed enough other people in action and how they respond to it. Like I said, no cavities, none, 0. Yeah, but that comes from am I a possible anomaly? That is possible, but then our son, no cavities, none, 0. Yeah, my daughters though, they experienced a few things, but that's because they were going in between households, and so things were a little bit different in that. And so some of the things that they were eating weren't the things that I was eating, and so there was a kind of a little differences here and there, but otherwise, they've been relatively good. And my oldest daughter, yeah, she's been solid, and so, but there was just it was a protocol that was followed that was a little bit different. So not throwing no shade on nobody, it's just it's what it is. So, but anyhow. That fluoride though. No, that's they got studies out there that show that it has an effect on IQ. That joke that they started coming out with back in 2016, the fluoride stare. Yeah, people having high levels of fluoride in their system. It starts to have an effect on your ability to your cognitive skills over time.
That's interesting.
And then when a person's what they call it, over fluorinated, they'll start to get like these spots. You see it in children. They'll get these spots on their teeth, especially if they use formula, because they put fluoride in all kind of stuff now, and it's sad because it's a way to dumb down our children, and so that a lot of the formulas I don't have the names off the top of my head, but if you notice, you look at your child's teeth and they got like these little spots on them. That's a sign of like high levels of fluoride in their system. And that's a sign of not only here, if it's showing up in your teeth, it's representing the whole rest of your skeletal system. Yeah. And so they've got studies out there that show that the result of like high levels of fluoride in the diet of children, children's bones they're having higher cases of broken bones. It's escalating ever since. And there's a direct correlation between the fluoride in the waters, the fluoride in the toothpaste, and the fluoride in all these different types of products that are available on the market that we ingest nowadays.
Yeah, even going to the baby section of the grocery store, you'll see gallons of water that have fluoride in it. And it's a marketing tool. Like, with fluoride, like that's a perk for that water to purchase it, and it's only in the baby section. You don't see that water in any other part of the store but the baby section. So they start young, and like
they attack our babies.
Yeah, it starts as children.
Our babies. So by the time they get of age, they're done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, and the silver teeth, the caps, and it does matter. Then we do also have to keep in mind, just as you were saying when you were brushing your teeth as a child, it made you feel some kind of way. Do you know that each tooth is connected to an organ in your body? I'll post the chart, but each tooth is connected to an organ. So whatever tooth you're having an issue with, it's likely that organ is being affected in some way. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty. Yeah. Wow.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That should let you know something.
Yeah. That's why flossing is so important. It helps with the circulation of the body.
Right.
And what I did learn from my dentist. When you're flossing, and you don't want to do it too roughly, but just kind of tug in between, because you want to get between the tooth and the gum line, right? So you do it, it's gentle, but if you do notice that you do have some blood, that's actually a good thing, because it's showing that you're circulating, not too much, and you should be able to determine that. And after you floss, or after I floss, I always use a little bit of peroxide just to, if there is any infection, then you want to rinse that out with peroxide.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Good point. Great point.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, definitely, fluoride, no.
Yes.
No fluoride.
No fluoride.
Ever. Never. If you want a good read that breaks all this down, as far as the dangers of fluoride, there's a great article from, it was in the Christian Science Monitor back in '97. It's called, what was it? Atomic, as a matter of fact, I think I wrote it. Oh yeah, Fluoride, Teeth, and the Atomic Bomb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Fluoride, Teeth, and the Atomic Bomb is by Griffiths and Bryson, I think it is. Yeah, or Basin. Yeah, Griffiths and Basin. But the Fluoride, Teeth, and the Atomic Bomb, that really goes into the research as far as what this fluoride thing is all about. Because one thing to be mindful of is the internet, I'm finding, is becoming more and more censored, and the powers that be, the lobbyists, the major corporations, they pretty much run the show. And so when you start to Google certain things now, what was once just an open source of information, and you can kind of get like varying opinions and whatnot, it's all slanted in various industries on one side. So when you start to talk about the whole fluoride thing, I mean, you got to go back to like page 10
Yeah.
to find something that's
Very.
objective. Yeah, and so it's like the thing is, when I do my research, when we do our research, we're looking at it from both sides and then making our decision from there. But when you look at, especially when you're talking about this whole fluoride argument, you really got to go dig for that info. And so, but the one thing they don't censor is books. Well, they do, but they don't. But at least, and so books, articles, stuff like that. You got just understand that you're gonna go through a whole bunch of propaganda before you actually get to something that's objective and an unbiased opinion on how things actually work. Yeah, because in that article it breaks down the research and some documents that were suppressed by the military, because the truth about why the whole fluoride thing came about and why it was supported by the government was because they found out that at the nuclear plants that fluoride, people weren't getting nuclear or radiation poisoning, the workers and the people in the surrounding cities, they were having issues from fluoride poisoning. And so to cover it up, they said, oh, let's make fluoride. Fluoride is good for your bones. Fluoride is good for tooth care and stuff like that. And so in the interim, yes, it's great for cleaning the teeth and keeping and breaking down any types of matter that on your teeth, but it's not going to serve you long term, because high levels of that or buildup of that over time will actually break your teeth down and start to cause issues with the gums. So you have to keep in mind, not only is it in our water now, if you have Teflon cookware, it's in that. Baby formula, they're hitting our babies from day one if you're not breastfeeding. Soda, it's in sodas.
Really?
Yeah, and then not all soda hits you with like a 3-punch. It's got a bunch of acid in it. It's got a bunch of sugar in it, and then there's fluoride in it used as a preservative. Processed foods, fluoride is a big part of that, and so that's something you want to be aware of as well. So like processed foods, canned soup, canned meats, like things that like they use it for, what is that, the chicken, when the little canned chicken,
Chicken of the sea?
I'm not sure as far as the exact ones, but it's common in canned. Something about separating the fish or the chicken, and then even canned fish as well. Kombucha is in that. Fluoride is also in cigarettes, and so that's something to be
They don't
mindful
waste
of.
it. They just put it
Oh,
in
yeah,
everything.
yeah. And technically, from an industrial standpoint, so not only do they use it in nuclear bombs and or nuclear sites, they also use it. It's a byproduct of aluminum production, and so another side so you have the government side, that why it got brought into place, and then you have the industrial side, because it's an industrial waste product. And they were dumping the excess fluoride into the landfills and dumping it into the lakes back in I believe it was like the 50s, and it was killing the fish, killing all the fish and killing the birds and anything that was in the vicinity. And it started to, in the adjacent towns, it was killing the people. And so in order to cover it up, that's when they started doing the research, and they came out with some kind of report. I forget the name of the company. It starts with an M. I forget the name of the company. Anyway, they're the same people that said asbestos was safe. So it should tell you, how much we can rely on the reports that they're more of they function more as a proxy for the, let me look at, the Mellon Institute. Yeah, they're the same folks that said asbestos was cool. So it should let you know, the validity or how much we should rely on their fluoride research. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but they work on behalf of the major corporations, and they lobbied them to go ahead and put forth this info saying, hey, it's okay, fluoride is good for us, only if we use 1 part per million. But what's happened is that 1 part per million turns up into our toothpaste, into our baby formula, into our cookware. So every time we're cooking, fluoride is leaching into the foods. It's in, if you're trying to be healthy and get your good gut health, they put it in kombucha. It's just, you like soup. I used to like, you couldn't tell me nothing about no chunky soup back in the day. And so, Campbell's is the big, thick one. That and Progressive was all right. But fluoride was in that too. So, it is in those products as well, and it's part of its preservative. So you gotta watch out for that.
You have to cook.
Yeah.
Everything, all the vegetables and things that are in the cans, make it yourself. Make it from scratch. Mm-hmm. You know what ingredients you're putting in, and it's not half as treacherous as you're speaking, mm-hmm. As if you were to open a can. Yeah. Even with the canned meats and things, tuna mm-hmm. does come in glass. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now you pay a little bit more, but I feel like you're worth it. You're worth it, mm-hmm. and even to have the toothpaste, without fluoride, you do pay a little bit more. But you're worth it.
Yeah, but guess what you're not paying for?
What is that?
That doctor's visit. You're not paying that copay. Yeah. Your insurance goes down because you're in better health. Guess what else you're not paying for?
What is that?
Your shortness of early burial.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can have longevity in life.
Yeah, so everything works together.
Yeah, so you can pay now, you can pay later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I prefer to have a healthier, holistic life and pay a little bit more as opposed to going without. What's up, baby?
I just like touching you.
Touch me, baby. Ooh, you touch me good.
And for those who have had cavities, mm-hmm. and the fillings for those cavities, mm-hmm. if it's the metal, the mercury filling, mm-hmm. right now,
get it out.
Go to your dentist and have that removed.
Get it out.
Right now. Right now.
Yes.
If you're going to have a filling, have it be porcelain.
Yeah.
That's much more like your teeth. And see, if you're going into the mercury, that's what a filling is. It's just mercury. It's silver and everything. Every time you swallow, every time you chew your food, every time, and it's 24/7. You have your teeth in 24/7. It's part of you, and the effects of mercury are devastating.
Yes.
Right now, if you have mercury fillings,
it leads to so many other health. We can have a whole show on mercury, a whole show, and have to do to be continued on the dangers of mercury, and it's sitting right there in your mouth. Yeah. It's all bad.
Yeah, it's
bad.
You're swallowing it. I mean,
mm-hmm.
and it doesn't just stay there and nothing. Mm-hmm. It is part of your interaction when you're speaking. Like I said, when you're swallowing, as you sleep, it's a 24/7, 365 issue. And mm-hmm. forgive yourself if you have the mercury fillings for the damage that it has potentially caused in that time that you've had them. But today,
because they didn't know.
Today, go and make an appointment to have the mercury removed and have porcelain placed in instead. You'll thank us later.
Because the list of mercury, neurological disorders.
Absolutely.
It triggers all kind of, you're talking about autoimmune diseases. It's been linked to that. It's been linked to autism. It's been linked to just ADHD. Been linked to thyroid challenges. All type. Like wherever mercury sets in at with the organs, it especially, it's funny, the fact that you just mentioned every tooth corresponds to a different organ.
Yes.
So if you got mercury in that organ, in that tooth, guess where it's going straight to? So you know what? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna, after we finish with this, I'm gonna post the chart so you can see which tooth is represented by which organ.
Yeah, I'd love to take a survey on any of you out there who have a mercury filling, and if when you see the chart, does it correspond with something else that you've been challenged with organ-wise? That would be a great study.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's deep.
mean, from the reproductive system and how you're functioning there, sexually, your heart, all of your teeth are connected to an organ.
Wow.
We are one.
That's deep. Yeah, I wonder what that looks like or how that shows up.
The dentist doesn't talk about this.
Oh, they don't even know.
No.
They don't know. Hell, most dentists out there are still talking about pushing fluoride.
And when they clean your teeth, it has fluoride toothpaste that they're cleaning your teeth with. When you go into the dentist.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah. And
Shoot, I done learned something today.
yes.
Oh, I done learned something today. Man, my queen. You came with some heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So baking soda is something that will help to reverse some things because it is an alkalizing agent. Also, activated charcoal, it is a whitener. So a lot of the whitening toothpaste have fluoride in them, and you can use activated charcoal instead to keep your teeth white or to whiten your teeth. Also, this is a sidebar, but if you take a banana peel and you cut it and you place it on your teeth, it may, you probably want to rinse it and stuff, but you put it on your teeth, that's also a teeth whitener.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a whole bunch of bananas over there. I think I'm going to go test that out because I am overdue. So we're talking about dentists. Most dentists, and it's sad, but they have a tendency, they're still stuck in the traditional training. And so if you're looking at dental, because a lot of people are like, well, my dentist said this, and why would they say, why would they tell me to go get this, and why not they tell me I had to get a fluoride rinse? Because that's what they know. That's what they've been trained. And so please don't go beat up your dentist and be like, oh, they said, no, but just do your research. The information is out there if you know if you look for the right things, and a lot of dentists they just don't know, and so take that time to educate your dentist. Have them go look it up, because otherwise you want to focus on dealing with a holistic dentist, somebody that's going to have a complete 360-degree view of how to approach you and how to deal with your challenges and whatnot. Because otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you might end up getting something that it might help you on one end, but it'll be to your detriment on the other.
Yeah.
And so things. But we were talking about vitamins, minerals. that are good for your teeth. You know, of course, everybody knows calcium, 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 calcium. And that's the absolute number one, most readily available muscle, or not muscle builder, but bone builder that there is. It hardens, it keeps your teeth and bones hard and strong. And so, but do not rely on cow's milk or calcium fortified foods and all that stuff, because that's inorganic to us. What makes the cow's milk, any kind of dairy, it's processed. And it's processed because it has things in it that can literally kill us. But even the processing keeps us in a position because our bodies can't process it. It's processed and our bodies can't process it. And so it causes the body to, generate mucus. We become lactose intolerant. There's a whole host of issues that come along with it, not to mention that our body won't receive whatever supposed calcium is in that. I mean, heck, even baby calves can't even really drink processed cow's milk. No. And so it's that they can't even deal with it. And so you want to get organic sources of calcium. You want to get that from, like broccoli, carrots is good, salmon. You can get calcium from that. Those are good food sources if you're talking about herbs. Moringa, sea moss. Sea moss is it's a superfood in itself, and moringa. They're both superfoods. And one of the main ingredients, it has one of the largest minerals, because sea moss has 92 of the 102 minerals that our body needs on a daily basis. And so you get it all in one shot. So that's what makes sea moss such a viable commodity to have as part of your health and wellness journey.
All ages.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But calcium is one of the biggest components of it. And so if you're having challenges with your calcium, sea moss all day long. Moringa is right there as well. So you can go on and get that moringa. And then also, moringa has phosphorus, which is the number 2 thing that you need, mineral that you need. It has what they call, hydroxyapatite. I'm saying it wrong every time I see it. I wrote it down just so that hydroxyapatite. Yeah. Anyway, it's the main component of all bones. Yeah, so phosphorus. You got to have the phosphorus. The main thing that makes up your bone is the hydroxyapatite. And that's something you have, that's a must have. And so things that have phosphorus is lentils, pumpkin seeds, and fish. Yeah, so that's the phosphorus. And then the potassium. You got to have the potassium. And the thing with the potassium is it works with the magnesium, in conjunction with the magnesium, to keep our acid balances in check. Yeah, and the reason why that's important is because if you have high acid content in your body, it leaches the calcium out of the bones, because now the bones your body, because it also keeps the magnesium in check, or the acid in check, your body will release calcium. And so when you hear about people having osteoporosis, which is, brittle bones and whatnot, that's because a lot of times that's associated with some sort of arthritic condition. And when you start to look at a person's diet that has been challenged with osteoporosis, you more so hear about it in women than men, and you hear about it in women of advanced age. It's because over their lifetime they've been had a acidic diet, and they've eaten, and over time the calcium has been leached from their bones to the point where now their bones are weak and brittle, and now you have osteoporosis. That condition, all conditions and diseases are signs of the long-term effects of us being out of alignment in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, and then you also have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, and of course, the granddaddy of them all is the vitamin D. You got to have that D in it. You got to have that D in it. Yeah, let's see. Talk about arthritis in a future. Yeah, absolutely, Felicia. We will definitely will, because that's something that's so common, and amongst in our society, and it's curable. But people think that that's something that they stuck with for the rest of their lives. They're taking all these types of medications for it. It's real simple. It's a real simple fix. It's just a matter of putting your body back in balance. Let's see. Quincy says, y'all look real healthy. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Quincy. Blessings to you. Yeah, we feel real healthy too. Yeah. It's just the lifestyle, brother. Lifestyle, like good healthy habits. Yeah, good healthy habits to the point where anything other than that, that's out of alignment. Now, does that mean we don't have our cheat days here and there? Yeah, but nothing out of this world. Yeah, like it's crazy, because it used to be a cheat day for me back in the day was, I had like a meat cheat day. And now a cheat day is
veggie burgers.
Yeah, veggie burger, yeah. Yeah, exactly, a veggie burger with some fries. That's the cheat day now. And so, when you know better, you do better. And then over time, what used to seem like it was damn near impossible, now it's just anything outside of that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is out of the norm.
Yes.
And it's just a matter of changing the mental perspective. What's up, baby?
And us both having gone through a series of detoxing, it does shift your longing for foods. Like I crave foods that are good for me now after a series of detoxes, because having that adulterated tongue, having that tongue that's used to the sweets, the ice creams, all the mucus forming, parasite thriving foods, once you start to detox those things out of your body, you no longer have those cravings.
Yeah, exactly.
And that has to do with your teeth health as well, dental health as well.
Yeah, and like for me, I had an emotional addiction to food, and so I remember as a child, the only real times I remember being just exceptionally happy was when my mom and dad, they divorced when I was 2, but then they would date over the years. And I remember they were almost about to get remarried. But leading up to that, the times I remember being the happiest was when my dad would take us out to dinner. It was like a big thing. Like we was going to Red Lobster. It's like, ooh, yeah, we going to Red Lobster. My mom, and they'd get to sipping and stuff and getting all sweet on each other. And I'd be like, oh yeah, this could happen. And, but it didn't. But at least, I remember that, I hold on to those, as the few positive memories I had when I was younger. And so I adopted that as I got older. So whenever, we go to, something to happen, I used to be in real estate back in the day. Every time I closed a deal, I'd be like, yeah, let's go eat. I take the whole family, and it was like a thing. Or whenever I was feeling some kind of way, down or depressed, boom, I'm going to, I'm dipping to go get a little of this, a little bit of that, usually chocolate. I'm hitting up somebody's, Cold Stone's late night trip, stuff like that. And so I had a emotional attachment to food. And so that was something that, really helped. Once I established and understood that, then it was like, boom. And then all those negative food habits disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that came with the shadow work and understanding. Because once you know better, then you do better. Well, you take the steps towards doing better, and then you do better. Because then it becomes habit. Yeah. Yeah, but vitamin D, get some sun.
Yes.
Get some sun. Yeah. Get some sun. I know everybody's gonna say, "What about the supplements and this and that?" You got to be really. I tell everybody, or find or get organic sources of whatever your supplements are going to be. Plants are put on this earth. There's a plant, a vegetable, a fruit that will supply us with all that we need.
Eat the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Eat the
There
seeds.
is. Like, say, for instance, we were talking about, what is it? Is it vitamin K? Yeah. Vitamin, was it vitamin K? Or vitamin A? Yeah, vitamin A. Yeah, vitamin A. That's good for the saliva, and also it helps with the when people have like dry mouth, or cotton mouth, or whatnot. I'm not talking about after you smoke some weed, but just in general. You got like you can, and it, that pasty tongue and stuff like that. That usually is a sign of vitamin A deficiency. Because the vitamin A regulates the mucous membranes in the mouth and actually throughout the body. And so a good way to generate that or get that vitamin A is through vegetables, anything that's got like an orange fruit, like apricots, carrots.
Orange bell pepper.
Yeah, that orange color, that's a sign of beta carotene. Yeah, and so the colors of fruits and vegetables, there's a correlation between the color and whatever mineral content is in there, and vitamin that we need. And so what happens is the beta carotene interacts, and it changes over. The body changes it over and accesses the vitamin A out of it. And so if you've got an issue, any kind of mucus issue, that pasty tongue and all that type of stuff, the vitamin A will help with that. And then the vitamin C, of course, great immune booster, but it's good for gum health. Gum health. Yeah, it's great for, and then vitamin D, why vitamin D is so important is it helps you absorb the calcium. It helps you absorb the calcium, and then vitamin K is a shield. It shields the bone. It protects the bones from any types of diseases and like streptococcus and stuff like that. And so it's solid for that. Yeah, it's solid for that. So leafy green vegetables in general, you can get your calcium and potassium and things of that nature. That's something to really focus on. Stay away from the commercial cereals. Those are bad because they got fluoride in them. And then herbs that you can use is moringa. It's solid. Sea moss is solid. Horsetail, that is the business. If you don't have nothing else in your repertoire, horsetail. Gotta have some horsetail. True story. Our son, he had just gotten his permanent teeth in. Had him for about a little bit, not quite 6 months. He's riding his scooter. He loves his scooter. As a matter of fact, I got to get the wheel fixed on his scooter now because I miss, because we usually go scooter riding together. That's like our thing. But when he was 6, primary teeth came in. He was good. Riding his scooter, slipped, bah, and busted his mouth on the hand slipped off, and bam, busted his grill on that, and his teeth broke both his teeth off. They didn't break off initially, but they was just but they fell out within a week. Cause I was like, please don't, I can't have him. Cause I knew he just grew these teeth in. Like this was his permanent. That was it. It was a wrap. There was nothing left. And I remember, and sure enough, they came out, and I was just like looking like, damn, I don't want to have to give my boy no false teeth at 6 years old. And so I was like, and I remember in my iridology certification with Dr. Goss years ago, he told the story of people's dentures falling out of their mouth after he put them on a vegetarian diet and with certain herbs that he had there that he was giving his clients. And it got to the point where their dentures wouldn't set in their mouth anymore because they started growing new teeth. And I was like, what? And there's levels to it, and we always have limitations of what we think, or when people tell us certain things until you see it for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's like, or a situation comes up where you just don't have no other options. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Dr. Goss, like, yo, what's up, brother? Hey, Dr. Goss, what herbs? I remember you told us during the certification years ago about, people growing back bones and even limbs. And because he was like, yeah, lizards aren't the only ones that can grow that back. It's just that we lost our ability to do these things because we don't believe that we can. Mm-hmm. But he said, yeah, I've had it happen numerous times where people's dentures wouldn't grow back in. So I went to him, was like, Dr. Goss, what's up? What herb do I need, to help grow back bones? And he said flat out, the number one, the best one to take is horsetail. Horsetail. And I said, wow, okay, cool. And he said, he said, you got to be consistent with it. It's not going to happen right away. But make sure your diet is clean and you take that horsetail. And if you got any issues with your bones, it'll repair itself over time. And so my son was young at the time. To this day, he still hates taking any kind of pills or anything like that. And so trying to get him to take them was like pulling teeth. Like literally, no pun intended. And so I wasn't consistent with it up front, but I was still giving it to him, sparingly. And then I had a client, was a plumber. I used to do plumbing. I ran a plumbing company. I had a client that was a dentist. And she said, and she was off. We did like a barter exchange. She was like, okay, we'll exchange for, I'll give you a free screening for your children. I said, oh, cool. Worked that out. Got the barter on, got my babies up in there. As a matter of fact, there's a picture of it on Facebook from back in the day. And I'm sitting there like, because I was like, okay, let me just see, because I'm trying to brace myself, because I'm like, I'm going to have to get this dude some false teeth. And she went and did the exam, and she said, oh, I see your son's got his teeth are coming through. Because she was like, he's a little bit old to be getting his teeth in, but she said it ranges. It's not nothing to be aware of. Because I didn't mention nothing to her about it, what was going on. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh yeah, I see here he's got some teeth getting ready to break through pretty soon. And she was letting me know that, it might be sore and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I heard the angels singing. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, look, right here. And she showed me on the x-ray. And sure enough, you can see his teeth, the bone growing. And so after that, I started loading this little ass up with that horsetail. Oh yeah, every day. He was, here, take it. Dad, I don't take it. And sure enough.
Beautiful smile.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough. It's about 6 months later. By like that August, you started seeing this, little snap of tooth came down and boom. He was rock solid. Yeah, he was rock solid. Yeah, so yeah, horsetail is the bomb.com. If you got anything, and then also he got his teeth kicked backwards during his brown belt test. Yeah, he came flying across the ring trying to get the other kid. One of the kids just stuck his foot out and he ran boom right into it. Mm-hmm. And his teeth was turned backwards. I remember that. Wow. And thank God I had I remember the dentist told me that my front teeth originally came in back, what do you call it? I forget what that, recessed. Yeah, recessed. And he was like, hey, in order to get that, you keep pushing it with your tongue. And so I gave him that horsetail, and I had him kept pushing his teeth forward, and because they were loose too. And he pushed forward, and then the horsetail solidified them into space. And shoot, good to go, no issues.
And you can't tell. When I met him, he just had all his teeth.
Oh yeah, but that brown belt test though, they got kicked. Ding. I was like, oh my God, the blood was all over the place. One thing, that was one of the proudest moments I had for him though. Yeah, because he had the option of not finishing the test. And because, at our school, our karate school, they really get down, like for real. Like, Kaiju. I mean, if anybody in the California area near Inglewood, if you really want your children to have a solid karate school, Kenji's Kaiju Kimbo, hands down. That's our second family. If there's something that I miss about not being in California, I miss my Kaiju family, because they, that was like home away from home. But I remember though. But that was the proudest moment, because he got up. He's like, "No, Dad, I don't want my belt like that." And he came back, and he because they had the brawl and they had the point fight afterwards, and the kid was twice his size, but he gave that kid everything. And actually won the fight when he came back. He had the tissue all up in his nose and in his mouth, trying to block the blood from coming out.
How old was he?
10?
Oh, that wasn't too long ago.
No, 9. Yeah, 9. 9. Yeah, he was 9. Yeah, 9. Because he got his black belt when he was 11.
Nice.
Yeah. So besides him getting it, but just when I saw like his heart and his, every dad wants to see your son like have that moment where he crosses over, and he's had multiple crossover moments, but that showed me his heart, that heart of a champion. That's something that's made him an elite fighter to this day. Yeah.
Yes. I love him.
Yeah. My bad. My babies are everything to me, and when I think about their accomplishments, it does something for me. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Let's see, Felicia says, never heard of horsetail. Thanks, I'll be looking for some. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you can find horsetail tea. You can find it in regular loose leaf form, capsules. Yeah, you can find horsetail just about everywhere in every way.
Yes, but whatever herbs you get to supplement your healing journey, make sure they are organic.
Yes.
Organic. Yeah, because people get supplements and they're inorganic, and your body will not uptake. It won't take it in. Yeah, because there's some kind of a additive to it. A lot of times they have fillers, and so if you don't see some raw crushed up plants inside of a gel cap, 9 times out of 10 it's no good for you, because your body will not absorb it at all. They have another herbs called oat straw is good. Peppermint is good. One thing I will preface the brothers though, peppermint is, I just found this out. Peppermint is great for oral health and whatnot, freshens your breath, all that good stuff. But similar to what is that other thing called? Similar to well, it doesn't matter. It's a food that people commonly eat and whatnot. But it's similar to tofu. It will have an effect on you, you from a prostate standpoint, your sacral region. It will take away from your. It inhibits male veracity. And so having peppermint over, I mean, it's great. Peppermint's great for digestive issues and stuff like that. It hurt my heart when I read it. I was like, that's my favorite tea, besides purple tea, purple gold tea. But peppermint, I love some peppermint. If I can't get no purple tea, I will get that peppermint. Especially when I was fasting and stuff like, not fasting, but doing detoxes. I'd have that peppermint tea at night with the smooth move. And I saw that, I was like, no. Like, it turns this to that, yeah. It'll shut you down. And so, no peppermint, I mean, you can have it from time to time, but don't make that a part of your daily tea process. Women enjoy all the peppermint tea you want. All the peppermint tea you want.
Oh, that's my least favorite tea.
Oh, well, good.
Next to Lipton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that oat straw is good for digestion. It's got a lot of calcium in it. Oh, dandelion is good too. Yeah, I can't forget the dandelion. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. Nice and loaded.
Yeah.
We were today.
Yeah, so that's our dental health episode. Yes. Yeah, if you have any questions, by all means, don't feel tap in, even no matter when you're watching the episodes, because we'll get the alert and then we'll respond as soon as we can. Yes. You know, it's a trip. Once I stop talking about food, I don't feel hungry anymore. That's not to say I'm not going to eat.
Are you triggering yourself?
Huh?
Are you triggering yourself?
Oh shoot! I didn't cut up that. I cut up that fruit this morning. I had them bomb apples you got, and bananas, and I got some raspberries. Oh yeah, the number one way to break your fast. As a matter of fact, I think I need to do it in stages because it's a dry fast. So we drink some water first.
There you go.
And then I'm gonna let that, and then 30 minutes later, then I'll drink. Then I'll eat. Then I'll break it with the fruit.
Smart.
Yeah, then I'll be looking forward to that good old. What we making today? What we got going on today?
I'm figuring it out.
Oh, you figuring it out?
I'm still channeling.
Oh, what channel? Oh yeah, she channels her recipes in the foods. Yeah, that's that, and I'm not gonna even front. We all appreciate it, yeah, because we got our son and the kids eating stuff that I had to put them in a headlock to even attempt to get them to eat back in the day, and Ariane has been a godsend. Got our son asking for black-eyed peas
and greens.
Yeah,
I saw that on his list,
yeah.
grocery list. I'm like,
he was asking me last night. He said, "We got some green beans. Can y'all get some green beans?"
Oh, okay. I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want some green beans." Okay. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, these black-eyed peas was good." I was
like, they're all gone?
No, there's still some in there.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, he told to him. No, he showed them up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glad to know.
Oh yeah, he was in there getting down last night. Yeah, he was did his thing. Yeah, but when you create the habit in your children to have a love for fruits and vegetables, that will go so far for them in their lives, their long term health and whatnot. Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Yeah, especially you got somebody that makes stuff. Because I didn't even like black-eyed peas, and them things are bomb. Like super bomb. I hated black-eyed peas growing up. I can tell you. Yeah.
Yes, it's all about the herbs that go to complement the different legumes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you make stuff taste like, whew. Yeah, I'd be looking forward to it. I used to cringe when my mom would be like, "I'm making," like.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you eat black-eyed peas. But when we started, you eat black-eyed peas, right? No. I was like, okay, you just haven't had mine.
Yeah, so channel all the energy.
Yes.
Put all that goodness and that love in there.
Yes, indeed. Always.
Well, I guess that is it for the morning.
We'll have the affirmation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I mean, we went straight into it, and affirmation is affirmation. For now for later.
Okay.
You know? So, let's see here.
Affirmation.
Of course, we say call and response.
Call and respond.
Yes, so today, my thoughts.
My thoughts.
Yes.
I thought you were still thinking. I'm sorry. My thoughts.
My thoughts, feelings, and actions
My thoughts, feelings, and actions
are getting better.
are getting better.
My thoughts, feelings, and actions are getting better.
My thoughts, feelings, and actions are getting better.
Then I like to add stuff. My thoughts, feelings, and actions are divine.
My thoughts, feelings, and actions are divine.
That felt even richer. So my thoughts, feelings, and actions are divine. That is better. And I enjoy life
I enjoy life.
more, and I feel,
I enjoy life more, and I feel.
yes, free to be me.
And I feel free to be me, baby. I added the baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoy life more. And
I feel free to be me.
and I feel free to be me.
I write it out and then I remix it based on how I feel. And it's enriching.
Yeah, remix.
Yes, indeed.
Free to be me.
Free to be me.
Free to be me.
In all of my divinity, and all of our divinity.
Free to be me. Free to be we.
That sounds so good. Oh my.
Feels good too. Yeah. Well, with that being said, shoot, happy new day with Ari and J. Oh, the color for today is blue, baby.
Okay.
Communication day. Talk it up, talk it up, talk it up. Reach out to
Express
somebody
yourself.
you love. Reach out to people you don't love. Today, if you got one of them conversations you've been dreading to have, today is the day to go in and have that conversation, because the universe, the earth, the world, the energy of the all one supports it today. So if you're going to, there's ever a time to go communicate with somebody that you want to talk to, from somebody you don't want to talk to, a conversation you weren't looking to actually have or dreading having, today's the day to have it, because you'll have the positive energy supports that. And if you want to walk in, in alignment with the energy for the day, blue. That's the throat chakra. That's all of this right here. Thyroid. Thyroid is the gland that coordinates with the throat chakra, and so a lot of times when people have challenges with their thyroid, from a mineral standpoint, it's a lack of iodine. From an energetic standpoint, it's a closed throat chakra.
Communicate. Express yourself.
Yeah, and so if you feel closed, and you've got a challenge with your thyroid, like a lot of times when women in particular, because they weren't allowed to have a voice when they were coming up, and so they block that, they cut that chakra off, and a lot of times it shows up as a thyroid issue later on down the road. Yeah, so that's something to be aware of. So blue, if you got challenges with communicating in general, blue. What's the first thing they talk about in corporate America? That corporate what? Blue. Why? Because it's about communication. You look in advertising. What colors shows up more often than not? Blue.
Facebook is blue.
Yes. Why? Because they want you to communicate. It's not a secret that there's a science behind all this stuff. So blue. Communication, yes, mama, blue. Yeah. Shoot, if you having a issue with somebody, put on that blue. It'll give you, it'll go to a place where there's a lot of blue around you. that, you know, especially if you're dealing with somebody that don't talk or is not expressive. That blue energy when I'm doing my energy work, and I recognize that a client has a strong, major challenge with communication. Blue. Yes. Let's see. Felicia says, "Can you talk about chakra in a future episode along with tigers?" Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we got. Matter of fact, let me write this down. Let's see. This notebook. This notebook. So we got arthritis,
Yes.
arthritis,
And chakras.
and chakras. The chakras.
And thank you all for
And the tiger's eye.
staying on board. Yeah, I love Tiger's Eye.
Oh
my God.
yeah, as a matter of fact, that's my favorite.
That was my first stone, was Tiger's Eye.
Yeah, tiger's eye, that's
We
my
see.
favorite. Oh, I love it. So yes, we can definitely talk about some tiger's eye.
Yeah. So, arthritis, chakras,
And tiger's eye.
Tiger's Eye.
Yeah, we're always taking requests and anything that y'all want to share or talk about. Definitely, never feel. I always feel open to put it in the chat, and we'll be looking forward to because like I said, this is a community. It's all about us. It's not a we thing. It's a us thing. Like so that's all. Let's make it happen together. So with that being said,
Yes.
we love you all and have a blessed, happy, communicative Wednesday.
Yes.
Tell somebody you love them. All right now. Bye-bye.
Peace.